one is more sustainable between without and with running water?
With or without?
I think the without running water is getting at living in developing area, developing areas where we don't, it isn't really something that we face here.
Part of the issue is if you're with running water, you have to then account for the infrastructure to deliver the water to your home. And without running water, you have to then account for the travel to get water to bring to you. How big's your household? The size of your home? You know, like somebody that lives in South Orange County?
Do we have access to the database or basically what is underlying, behind this program? What factors they use? Or
You can get the information, the description of how they constructed it, but it's obviously not transparent here.
Right.
So, but you can look at it, you can get the, there'll be a clickable on the site that says the details behind it. Take a look.
And the assumption is that this is an American family.
Well, it can be used anywhere, because, the transportation issues, it is, like without running water is more in the development scenario. Eating local,
Yeah, but the American lifestyle is very different from the,
Yeah.
let's say, European lifestyle.
Oh,
The
yeah.
kind of garbage we have
Mm-hmm.
is tremendously different. The mix of garbage
Yeah.
and everything else.
and that's what they try to break out, is what's recycled, what goes to landfill.
Also keep in mind that what they do at the beginning is they show what part of the world are you in. So they have the entire globe. So I think they adjust the factors based on where you click on. We clicked on the US,
Oh, okay.
but you clicking on wherever you're at should change it.
So how far do you drive each week, being in LA? How far do you travel by motorbike? Anybody have a Vespa? Which is another regional difference if you live in Hanoi versus gas mileage of the car. A nice town car. The carpool, so it's often public transportation. So you take the bus to school. And here's what kills us. How many hours do you fly each year? So if you look at that, that was all the criticisms of Al Gore and Inconvenient Truth, flying from location to location, saying we got to reduce carbon. So, how many Earths does it take? So if everybody sort of lived this average and flew as much as we do, 7.5 times. So you've discussed carrying capacity of the Earth. And if you look at this carrying capacity, obviously, this isn't sustainable. So are there other people that are living on less than one Earth that offset this? What is the carrying capacity of the Earth? But you can see what kind of things, and as you looked at this, hopefully you saw where your lifestyle is. Ours jumps probably 3 Earths just from air travel. So if we put
I think it shows it on the file, doesn't it show?
air travel
Our air,
to,
energy, our
to support your
energy.
lifestyle, it takes 33.5 acres. You can look at different scenarios. over here. See, here's how the ecological footprint, services, mobility. So you can see where cars and planes basically, and what category we use. So the nice thing about this is it sort of makes you more aware of where your influence is, right? So, you know, going back and forth to Europe to meet other CSU professors.
Because it's such a nice place to work, isn't it?
So you guys.
You going again this
Yeah,
year?
yeah, I'll be there in June.
Oh,
All right.
guys, that's a great, you know, what, I guess you don't take anybody except the business people, right?
I take MBA students.
All right.
But can I just say something, what I want you guys to think about after Dr. Wade is done and I get up, I'm gonna talk about consumer and consumer behavior from the perspective of, now you know what your carbon footprint is. How can business help you change your behavior to reduce your carbon footprint? So that's the perspective I'm gonna take when I talk about sustainability. So keep that in mind related to what we just went through here.
All right. Let's see here. Yeah. Okay. So what I'm going to talk about is economics, governance, and sustainability. So mine is much more at the aggregate level, how international institutions are working, how economists look at sustainability issues. Ingrid will focus much more at the consumer level, the individual decision making. Right? So, when you went through your definitions, you basically dealt with the Brundtland Commission as one of the definitions that you use. This came out in 1986. And to paraphrase it, it's basically development that meets the needs of the current generation without compromising the ability of future generations to meet their needs. Now, out of the 100+ definitions of sustainability, this is the most commonly cited, most often used. But even if you look at other definitions, there's always at least two parts that are common to all the definitions, right? Whether you're looking at the ecological definition, the economic definition, social, the two aspects, we're dealing with these needs, right? We're dealing with this idea of there's some natural resource constraint on what we do. So we're looking at sustaining these natural resources to meet these needs. And notice the definition doesn't say our wants, our desires. It's our basic needs. It's not this idea that we're going to meet everybody's wants. You know, I may want my own private jet instead of needing to go through airport security, okay? But that's not something I need. Now, I may need to be able to fly to the East Coast time-wise, but that's a need versus a want. So we'll focus on that, and particularly at the consumer level, focus on what are needs. And what's the need of an individual in sub-Saharan Africa or Indonesia or Alabama or California? You have needs that are location-specific as well. The second dimension that is always in the definition is generation, right? Because when we're looking at sustaining things, there has to be that temporal aspect, right? So this temporal aspect can be intra-generational, right? Within this generation, we're trying to sustain something, or intergenerational. We're looking at what are my kids going to have? What are my kids' kids going to have? What's the next generation? So the way the Brundtland Commission set it up, this is definitely an intergenerational, right? If you're looking intragenerational, you're really looking at